promised when he took the oath of office that we would build back better. He also promised health was on the way, and health is here. Help is here. I'll get to that in a moment. But in building back better, what he presented yesterday, he was in the tradition of America to think big. I always like to recall to my colleagues something I've said to you before. At the beginning of our country, Thomas Jefferson, he tasked the Secretary of the Treasury at the time, Gallatin, to initiate a Gallatin project, which was to build into America. America was expanding, Lewis and Clark expedition, Louisiana Purchase, and the rest. And President Jefferson tasked Gallatin to build infrastructure, Cumberland Road, Erie Canal, all kinds of projects like that, big. 100 years later, the presidency of Teddy Roosevelt, and in the centennial of the original infrastructure plan, Teddy Roosevelt put forth his infrastructure plan. It was called the National Park Service. Again, thinking big, transformational, making a difference for our country. And now, in this century, President Biden is undertaking something in the tradition of thinking big, being transformational, and creating jobs for America. It is quite remarkable, the comprehensive nature of what he put forward. We can talk about that in its specifics as we go along, but I'm very happy to see that as we build the infrastructure, we're also recognizing the need for the human infrastructure to be enhanced, whether it's a workforce development, whether it's recognizing that for everyone to be taken along this path, that we have to have childcare, home health care, whatever. It's really quite a remarkable and comprehensive plan. And when it comes to infrastructure, I always say to our chairman, Peter DeFazio, the chair of one of the committees of jurisdiction, transportation, and infrastructure, our hopes are riding on you. It's about jobs. It's about the jobs in building the infrastructure. It's about the jobs that are created by promoting commerce, good paying jobs. But we need people to be ready for them. And that's what this package that the president put forth does. It makes bold investments in broadband, investing in long neglected areas of infrastructure, whether we're talking about clean water, getting the lead out, building schools, the issues relating to childcare, as I mentioned, seniors' long-term care, veterans facilities, the list goes on. And again, more to come in the next package. But right now, what the president is doing is creating communities of color and rural communities, giving more opportunity there. So in my time in Congress, for most of the time, infrastructure was never a partisan issue. Only when President Obama was president, the Republicans insisted on a much smaller infrastructure package. But in the past, we had always been able to work in a bipartisan way because it was about a four-letter word: jobs, 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 good paying jobs, investing in workers, and turbocharging our global competitiveness. And to do so in a way that is resilient and that is in some ways green. I know that word sometimes frightens people, but the fact is that it's about working together to save our planet, to be clean air, clean water for our children. It's a health issue. It's about competitiveness, good paying, to be competitive in establishing good paying green jobs, competitive in that market globally. It's about security in terms of what we do. I did talk about President Jefferson. I talked about Thomas Jefferson. I talked about President Teddy Roosevelt. And when I mentioned security, remember, you don't remember, read the history books. President Eisenhower, when he was president, he put forth another transformational large infrastructure initiative called the Interstate Highway System. And he based it on the national security of our country so that we would be united as a country, and that is a security issue. Actually, Al Gore's father, then a senator from Tennessee, had initiated that legislation. So it was bipartisan at that time. Hopefully it will be bipartisan again. So we're very excited about what he did. And as I said to some of my colleagues on a call yesterday, a bipartisan call with the administration, that infrastructure is renewal. So it's good that we're talking about it in the season of renewal.